Hey there, Grizld Outdoors. Today we are going to do a French dip sandwich from venison shoulder roast. So let's get started. If you like our videos, subscribe below. This is my venison shoulder roast. I've got it all cleaned up and ready to go. For seasonings, pretty simple. I'm using kosher salt, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, smoked paprika, blackened seasoning, and fresh cracked black pepper. Start with our salt. Pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, smoked paprika, and blackened seasoning. And really all we're doing with these seasonings is making a dry rub. If you wanted to mix them together beforehand and then put it all on there, you could do that as well. Then we just flip it over and do the other side. Now that I have my meat seasoned, I'm going to put it on this little rack in this broiler pan, and I'm going to put it on my smoker grill at 275 degrees, and we're going to cook it throughout the day. I don't have a set time because venison is a little trickier than beef. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep checking it until it's as tender as I want it and comes apart easily and isn't tough. This is my Louisiana Grills pellet grill. We got it just over a year ago. We've been super happy with it. Let's get it fired up so we can get that meat on there. We got it set to 275, so we'll get the meat on there and get it smoking, and we'll check back later today. Okay, the roast has been cooking all day. And it looks like it's pretty well done. We're going to take it in and let it rest and then cut it up and go from there. Our meat has rested and it is now time to cut it off of the bone. Don't have to do a whole lot of cutting, hopefully, if you did it right. Really just using the knife to clean off any of the bits that are stuck a little extra on there. bunch of delicious roast venison for our smoked French dip sandwiches. For the au jus for our sandwiches, I am going to use a jar of venison bone broth that we made and put it in the pan with what drippings there were from that roast. They're very lean roast, so there's not a whole lot in there, and then the bones. And we're going to let that cook for a while and get some nice flavor in that. We'll turn that on. Turn it on low. And add our broth. And after that cooks for a while, it should turn into a really nice au jus for the sandwiches. The au jus is cooked down, so I'm going to strain out the chunky bits. And there we have a delicious looking au jus. I have these two lovely looking baguettes here. I'm going to split them in half, butter them, and toast them. Nice and crusty on the outside. Super soft on the inside. There we go, got some butter on them, and time to put them on the flat top to give them a little bit of a toast. Flat top should be nice and hot. Alright, we'll check those. Oh yeah, that looks good. Only putting a little bit of a toast on them because they still have to go under the broiler. And there, our other one's done. A little more toasted on there than I planned, but that's okay. Turn the broiler on our oven. So I have my bread and I have my meat, which I have mixed in with a bit of the au jus just to give it a little extra moisture before it goes under the broiler. So we're going to construct these. We've got provolone cheese, and I really like cheese, and so does Annie, so we're loading this up with 3 slices on each one. Just like that. And now our meat. Delicious smoked venison shoulder. And then it's time to go under the broiler. And that should only take a few minutes. Reach right in there and pull those out. Look at that, perfection. There's our first completed sandwich. We're just going to cut that in half on a bias because that's fancy. And there we go. A delicious smoked venison French dip sandwich.